obviously tremendously disappointed in the outcome. Felt good at half. Obviously, we moved the ball better than they did in the first half. Our defense obviously played much more solid in the first half than they did a week ago. Our guys were alert. Obviously critical play end of half. We got a drive. We're inside the 30. We throw an interception, and they take advantage and drive down and score. So bad job by our offense. We got a chance for points there. Chance to go up 13 or 17 and nothing. If you finish that drive, obviously you probably have a different outcome.
Eastern drives down score. So obviously bad end to the first half. It's 10-7 though. You still feel pretty good with how your team's playing. Would have liked to run the ball a little better in the first half, but they're doing exactly what we thought they'd do. It's kind of what they do. Starting blitz and jump the front and do everything they can. And we gained some yards in the first half, but probably not as much as we'd like. We still felt like we could wear them down. That was still a game plan. Obviously, tough breaks in the first half. We lose Rowe and we lose Honey in the first half. So obviously, Rowe, major weapon, our biggest weapon on offense. Then obviously, Honey's first game back and we lose him. So halftime, we really said, hey, we're playing solid defense. We made some mental errors with our eyes in the last drive of the first half. We felt pretty good about where we were. We just thought, let's pound them a little bit. We came out, obviously, in the third quarter and put together a couple really nice drives. Unfortunately, we missed a field goal on the one after whatever. We had a 5-6 minute drive, maybe 7-minute drive, and really got after it pretty good. Defense gets a stop. We go on another really nice drive all the way down and score. And you're up 17-7, 7 minutes to go in the game. You physically feel like, even though they're still jumping up front, we've loaded up and now we're running the ball very effectively and we're moving the ball. We've had back-to-back really long drives. Our defense is playing solid. They put together a drive and score, and then we've got a chance. Even at that, at 17-14, I felt good. There wasn't much time left. We're going to run the ball. We've been running it very effectively. First down, we get a holding penalty and a personal foul, and now you're 1st and 24. And now you're in a situation backed up, and it's hard to get first downs, 1st and 24, whatever it was, first and a lot, I know that. So, and then they put together a nice drive and score. You'd like to see your defense step up and get a stop. It wasn't a horrible drive on defense, and again, a couple of penalties again. So, for me, again, we got to figure out how to win games. The telltale sign today for us is the penalties. We had 3 holding penalties that stopped offensive drives, 2 after huge plays. We had a huge screen pass, first down, called back, we end up punting. We had another huge play in the first half, called back again, we end up punting. Well, we had first downs on the play, and then obviously on the last drive, when we're gonna try to load up and run the clock out, we get a holding penalty and a personal foul. So 3 critical drives. There wasn't that many possessions in the game, obviously. And then defensively, obviously, PI call extends a drive. We're in great shape. We get a PI call in the touchdown drive before the last one, where we're going to have them probably trying a field goal, and we get a 3rd down PI call, and then obviously in the last drive we get a penalty to put them in much better position. So I don't know what the totals of penalties. I'm looking on the stat sheet, 12 for 89. That's a game, and they're critical. And again, sometimes you have penalties, they hurt you more, sometimes they hurt you less. But, and again, that's part of playing winning football. Last week we had 3 penalties, and it was a big reason why we had a lot of success in the game. This week, 12 penalties for 89. And, don't ask me about it, because I had to watch my tape to see who did, was it target, I don't know. They're all far away, and I gotta watch the tape and have a clue, where they lack a discipline on our part or not. But obviously that's the outcome of the game. So you have the ball for 35 minutes, and in particular the second half, you were controlling the line of scrimmage. You should win the game, but the penalties really cost us. So credit to Eastern Illinois, very disappointed. We got to figure out how to win. It's a long time coming, and that's the last step for our programs to figure out how to win games like this, win close games. Believe in each other, have leadership, have some toughness, have somebody step up and make a play, and find a way to win a game. And again, we still have other areas of deficiency, but that's our biggest area of deficiency.
Media, if we've got questions, we've got a microphone here. Just please take the microphone.
Second half, you come out and it looked like there was a commitment to run it some more. Was there anything in particular that made that the linemen say, hey, we could take these guys, or what was going on?
They were blitzing us so much in the first half to try and defend the run. We just felt like if we're going to run, we got to load up and we got to get some bodies in there, and try to take advantage of some of their stunting. So we're trying to be able to run the football. Most teams that have success can run the ball. We really believe in the progression of our offensive line from year 1 to year 2 to 3. We really feel like it's going to be a major strength of this football team. So at halftime, we felt like we had bigger bodies we got to go toward, and then obviously, the first 2 drives of the second half were fantastic. We're very physical, and backs running north and south and controlling the clock. And you lost Rowan Huddy too, so we knew we were going to get Rowe back. We knew we were going to get Huddy back probably for the whole year. So we also felt like, hey, we gotta try to take advantage of our physicalness and play. So obviously, probably obviously gave them a chance because we weren't going to totally pull away from them trying to out physical them, but we felt like that was the best chance to win a game.
Could you get a sense of the team's demeanor at all after the game? I mean, after coming off such a good performance at Iowa, and then with the whole day the way it was.
I just think mixed because there's guys that know they played good tonight. There's a lot of guys that played good football. It wasn't like we lost Eastern Carolina by stunk. No, it wasn't. There's a lot of guys that played good football. It wasn't everybody that played good football. Tomorrow when we watch the game, it's 402 to 316. Their last 2 drives were 80 and 51. So that's 131. So with 7 minutes to go, we've outgained them 402 to 108, and we're controlling the game. So part of them is the frustration that they know they won their individual matchup. Not everyone, but they won the majority of battles and should be in position to win the game. And so that's what we talked about in the locker room. We got to look at penalties. We got to look at every penalty we committed, and obviously, if we had 9 or 10 drives on offense, 3 of them were stopped by penalties. They're critical. We got to look if we're holding, then we got to coach it better. Our kids got to play better. We got to not hold because those are critical stops where we easily got 30-some points in the games in hand. But we had 10 points in the first half. 2 of our drives stopped by holding plays, on chunk plays. It's not like we got stuffed on the 2nd and 10. We got holding. No, we got 25-yard gain, first down. Now it's 2nd and 9, and then we didn't get the first down, and those exchange the complexion of the game. So I think it's mixed bag. I think as I asked the team, everybody's got to ask themselves this. As you're grinding through and trying to get through the threshold, which we're way closer than we've ever been of getting through the threshold, we know we have more horses in the barn. We know we have more bullets in our gun. We know we have a bigger, faster, more physical team. We know we have more guys that can make plays. And they've shown it the first 2 weeks. We have made more plays in the first 2 weeks. But part of getting out from under where we've been is finding ways to believe in those moments, and we obviously still don't believe in those moments. When a game's on the line, it's all about one guy steps up and makes a play. We run the clock out the end. Yeah, it's a hard-fought game, but there's way more positive than negative. We outgain them 400 to 200, and it's a hard-fought football games, and we're looking at the penalties, and we're not feeling so bad. But the way it turns out, you're feeling awful, and you lost a team that physically dominated probably for most of the game.
Kimball didn't put up enormous numbers by any stretch, but he seemed to be very effective in what he did. He had the 3 touchdown passes, 57 yards rushing, and was able to get away a couple of times when they were really bearing down on him. He was a big part of it, wasn't he?
Athletic kid, extended some plays, had some quarterback run plays, obviously, to extend drives, and he's a talented player. He played very well a week ago. We knew he was talented running and throwing, and I thought he did a nice job again managing the game. With 7 minutes to go, they got 7 points on the board, and at that point, I think he's having a solid game. But then down the stretch, obviously, the last 2 drives, he made some plays, and we helped him out with some penalties.
Regarding the running, again, it wasn't, it was a decent amount, but not enormous in that. But it seemed like they had enough running overall with what they could do to have diversity to their offense and keep you kind of off balance that they were going to do anything on a given drive.
I'm with you, but 7 minutes ago, they got 7 points. They ran the ball effectively on their touchdown drive in the first half. They had some nice runs. Other than that, they didn't run the ball. The last 2 drives, they had some nice bounce and big stuff. I'm with you, but with 7 minutes to go in the game, they got 7 points, and they run the ball, and they got 180 yards and 7 points. We have the game where we want to have the game. We got to finish it. We got to finish it. We got to get a stop on defense. Game's over right there. Then we got 1 chance on offense, and we don't give ourselves a chance on offense. What do I say? Like, you can't have a holding penalty person foul on first down. Like, I know that's what undisciplined teams do, and we did it. So we took our offense out of a chance to try to control the game. Now we gotta put our defense back on the field, and they gotta get stopped. So they had 2 chances to end the game, we had 1 chance, and we were 0 for 3. And Eastern Illinois played best when the game was on the line. So they deserve a win because of it. It's some of it, again, we'll always look at what we do, we'll always look at the people we have on the field, but it's the will of the football team and the belief of the football team. And we have way more belief than we did in my first couple of years, but we don't have enough belief all throughout. You know, all the time believing we're gonna win it. Just, and again, we got some guys that haven't won much, and I understand it's tough for, 19, 20, 20-year-old kid to believe when they haven't won, but that's how you win games. So we gotta get that belief, and we gotta make some plays when it counts. I even thought we had a chance in the last time, and I thought we could definitely drive down the score on them, but we had some opportunities there. So,
Anybody else got anything? Coach, appreciate it.
thanks.
Real quick, any questions for Paul?
Yeah. Wait here, hold on. Let me actually get the.
Get you the mic from here, too.
Yeah, I gotta get the recording out. Yeah. Yeah, Paul. So you played pretty well tonight. You forced a fumble. You had 6 tackles here about. So what worked well out there for you tonight? All right. So as the game continued on, it honestly to me seemed like that the linebacking core, like they're showing a little bit more signs of chemistry and unity as the season has gone on from last week at Iowa to today. I know the result is disappointing, obviously, but it clearly looks like you guys are becoming one cohesive unit. So what can the linebacking core continue to do in order to improve their unity?
I feel like we got to communicate more, be the alpha group, which we try to be. So basically, we're going to get a different plan.
I just mentioned it to the coach, and maybe to get it from your perspective, their quarterback seemed to not have blazing speed, but enough speed. How difficult was it to sort of corral him when he was running around out there?
Right, he was the type of guy that find the open hole and just hit it. And we was in front of the ball. We got to stay back behind the ball and just decrease the mistakes.
Yeah, Billy, so disappointing result, obviously. You always want to win the game, but so how did you feel about your performance as a whole, though?
I mean, I think I played okay. Didn't do enough to win the game, obviously, but we just got to cut down. I mean, as an offense on turnovers, and that pick was bad. I mean, just didn't read right. Got to get rid of the ball and keep our team out of bad downs like that, especially when the defense gets a huge stop and interception like that. So still got to cut down on all the mistakes and put our team in better situations to win.
It seemed like they had some pretty tight defense as far as the receivers go. Like on Gardner and that, even on the touchdown pass that you threw, that guy had somebody right on him, so you kind of dropped it in the bucket there. Were you seeing pretty tight coverage out of them through the course of the night?
They played a lot of man the whole game. They brought a lot of blitzes, little singles, and played a lot of man the whole game. And as the game went on, we tried to kind of exploit that, but I mean, we just didn't make enough plays.
There for a while, when you came out in the second half, the run seemed like that there was a commitment to the run game. Did the Lions say anything about being able to, run against them, and how much does that help out when they're churning it out like that?
I mean, just one thing we saw in the first half is that we need to be able to run the ball and control the ball, because with all that man they were playing, we weren't getting that good looks in the pass game, and when they're able to push the ball like that and run the ball, it takes a lot of stress off me, so we can get play actions and stuff like that, and the safeties and corners will start to come down more, but still, I mean, we just...
Tell us about the touchdown pass. I think it had just come after a penalty. I don't know if it's after that roughing the kicker or whatever it was. But how did that develop? Did you see something, or it just?
We just ran one of our play actions and had a little over route, and the safety came down on it, and Rakeem ran a great route, and I just put the ball up there, and he made a great play on it for a touchdown.
We good? Billy, thanks.